Thank you, Zishan and Asma, for your kind words. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechLogics. I'd just like to take a moment to offer my thanks and welcome you on behalf of the TechLogics team to this knowledge share event. I would especially like to thank our panel of guest speakers. Ali from Kinverg has joined us. Our first speaker is here. And I would especially like to thank the whole panel of speakers in accepting our knowledge share fair invite as speakers purely in the spirit of knowledge sharing. And I would also like to thank all the guest organizations and their teams who are here to join us in this exchange of knowledge and ideas.
Transitioning from one state to another state is change. And whenever that happens, we need to manage it effectively, right? So that's the definition of change. Any examples of change from your personal life? Not from the professional life, because we all talk very techy all the time. But any examples of changes in your life? Have you recently been there? 7 years. But still it's a change for you. Okay, it was change. Sir, any example of change from your personal life? So that was a change. Sir. Why is marriage on the head of everyone? Sir, any change of residence? Change of relocation. Okay, that can be a change. Nice. Okay, sir, any example of change from the professional life in TechLogics? Any example of change? Work change. So your job role has been changed slightly or totally differently, or you have been relocated from Lahore to Karachi to US to Dhaka and then back to Karachi, so on and so forth. All of them are changed. Any other? Process changes. And Asif can give us any good examples on this. Change of PMO, or the way you used to do the project management, now it has been improved, changed, so on and so forth. Right? So let's see some examples of change. Lose or gain weight. You know, that can be a change which you need to manage. It's a personal thing. You do plan for it, that how would you lose or gain the weight, and then you go after the plan. Most of the times we always make plans that we'll start doing exercises from next week. We buy very nice trousers and sets, and we are very excited, but that day never comes actually. Right? So you plan for getting married, we already discussed, and changing any habit you have or anyone else has. Because change is an aspect on which either you can be part of or you are doing it for yourself. So you want to change the habit of any of your friends, then again you are in the same scenario. Or you are trying to change something for yourself. And the same happens when the change is discussed within organization. Either you are part of it, either you are the one who is getting instructions from someone that from now on do this thing in this specific way, or you are the one who are passing the instructions. But on both sides you need to understand that what are the ingredients of change management. Now, taking examples from organizations, these few can be the one. ERP implementation across the enterprise that you are using, for example, from now on SAP or Oracle or Microsoft, so on and so forth. So that's a big change. The organizational business processes will now be changed and the application will be different. Do you think new boss is a change? Big change. If your boss is big, then it's a big. Okay, why a new boss is a change, by the way? There were, the reason I'm asking that is that, of course, there will be some existing boss already, and now there is just another face for you. Why is it a change? New vision, new way of working, sir. Exactly. So you have developed a comfort level already with that person, and now you understand कि मैं क्या कहूँगा तो इनको गुस्सा चढ़ेगा, मैं क्या कहूँगा तो मुझे छुट्टी मिलेगी, मैं क्या कहूँगा तो ये खुश होंगे, so on so forth. So you were comfortable, but now there is a new person who will be managing you as a boss. New function. Anyone, sir, can you guess what that means? Where are you from, by the way? You phone. Okay. So any example of new function? Yes, new role, but what about new function? Someone talked about project management office. What is that? Now, for example, Techlogics didn't have any project management office earlier, but now they are having one. So that is a new function, a new department, I may say, who will be facilitating ideally the project managers, right? So a new function is a change. Appraisal process. Is the appraisal process annual in Techlogics? Biannual. God, that's very nice. So you get raised biannually? Okay. Okay, it's on the good side. So in one appraisal, my salary is decreased, and on next it's increased, and at the end of the year, I'm getting the same salary. Okay. Great. So these are a few examples of change with which we deal in our personal lives, in our professional lives. Oh, he looks worried, definitely, and we all look worried when we are facing change. We have the similar kind of expressions in our faces when we deal with any kind of change. But normally, what kind of reaction do we get once we are introducing any change? Is there any examples of reactions of change? मैं अगर आपको कह दूं कि आप वहाँ से उठ के यहाँ आ जाएं, it's a change for you, and you will have a reaction कि क्यों यार मैं वहाँ भी तो सही बैठा हूँ, तंग भी नहीं कर रहा किसी को, नजर भी नहीं आ रहा किसी को, तो मैं आगे क्यों आया? Something like that. So what can be other responses for change? चलिए मैं कहता हूँ कि वही अटेंडेंस वाली एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं कि पहले आप मैनुअली मार्क करते थे, अब आपने कार्ड से करना है. व्हाट वुड बी द फर्स्ट कमेंट फ्रॉम द एम्प्लॉय? इसकी जरूरत क्या है? व्हाई डू वी नीड इट? क्यों चाहिए? ठीक तो हो रहा है सारा कुछ. एनी अदर गोल्डन स्टेटमेंट लाइक दिस? जी. जो वो फैसिलिटेट भी कर रहा है तो वो अच्छे कमेंट भी. कोई एक अदर नेगेटिव और कमेंट भी बताए, और बर्डन डाल दिया. अच्छा भला हम लोग जो है वो टाइम शीट एक्सेल के अंदर फिल करके देते थे, अब ये सिस्टम बना दिया, क्या फायदा हुआ? हमें तो कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा. एंड कमेंट्स लाइक दैट. ये भी एक. तो एवरीवन हैज देयर ऑन रीजन. एक बात मैं करके अगली साइड पे चलूंगा कि whenever we are dealing with change, why is it difficult to deal? Because every individual has a different reason to resist. वो जिस तरह मोटिवेशन की कुछ थ्योरीज पे काफी आपको फिलोसॉफिकल मटेरियल मिल जाएगा इंटरनेट से भी, लोग भी उस पर बातें करते हैं काफी लंबी. बट द थ्योरी इज वेरी सिंपल एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कि मोटिवेशन इज अ पर्सनल मैटर. इस हॉल में जितने बंदे बैठे हुए हैं इस वक्त हमारे पास जितने पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, everyone gets motivated on probably a different thing. Because generally motivation में ये कहा जाता है जी कि money motivates everyone. Now consider a director who is drawing a profit, reasonable profit from a company and getting 1 million salary, has his own house, car, so on and so forth. Would he or she be motivated on money? No. For a young guy who has a good family background, who don't need any monthly salary because the money he gets from his dad is triple than what he gets from the company, would he or she be motivated on money? No. Of course not. So similarly, when you are dealing with change, everyone would have their own reasons and then would have their own reasons to get motivated upon it. So it's an individual case. That's why it's difficult. If all of you say that you will be motivated if I'll raise your salary, it's easy for me. I'll raise it. But it's difficult. Why? Because everyone within you has a different motivational attribute. Now let's see what can be the reactions. Some of the reactions has already been discussed. Why to change? Why do we need to change from this state to this state? And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the question sometimes the employee don't ask, but it's always there in their mind. What's in it for me? What would I get out of it? Coming to this particular workshop, though it was an organizational event, every one of you had a personal reason to be here. And that was the answer to this question, that what's in it for me in this particular workshop? That's why you came. You didn't came because you got an email from your leadership. You came because of your own reason. So that's another thing, that what's in it for me. And okay. First was that why do we need to change, first of all, and the second was that what's in it for me within that particular change. And then one important thing, because we are humans, we are people, we say I'll keep doing the things the same way and no one would notice. यानी मैं सुबह आऊँगा और मैं अटेंडेंस रजिस्टर पे ही लगा के चला जाऊँगा, मेरे से कौन पूछेगा, मैं तो आई एम दी बॉस, I am the head of the department. Who would ask me? Who would dare to ask me? ऐसा भी होता है. For everyone thinks कि मैं जिस तरह कर रहा था मैं उसी तरह करूँगा. If my time sheets were going to Excel, I'll keep sending on Excel. आगे कोई बंदा एक बिठा दें जो उसको टाइम शीट में डाल दे, मैं ऐसे ही करूँगा. और normally इस तरह के reactions senior management या leadership teams की तरफ से आते हैं when you are actually working on any IT project or dealing with change. इसी वजह से एक और बड़ा important concept है कि you have to actually demonstrate the change to subordinates. अगर मैं if I am the CEO of any company and if I am marking my attendance through card in front of 10 employees sitting and watching me, do you think they will not comply with that? But if I'll come in and don't follow the process which I was supposed to, no one will. So it needs to come from the top. The demonstration needs to come from the top, and then because as we go down the organization, they follow whatever is being done by their department head, by their group head, practice area, whatever you call them, they follow what they see. So it needs to come from the top. They need to demonstrate the change. It's too hard. बहुत मुश्किल है जी. बहुत लंबी लंबी philosophical discussions करेंगे लोग आपके साथ मीटिंग में बिठा के आप कि हम लोग जी पहले एक्सेल में करते थे तो वो बड़ा आसान होता था. मैंने 10 बंदों और से भी बात की है जी. मैं कराची ऑफिस भी गया था, वहाँ भी लोग कह रहे हैं कि जी ये बड़ा मुश्किल है, ये तो नहीं होगा, ये हमें 2 दफ़ा क्लिक करना पड़ता है, पहले 1 दफ़ा करना पड़ता है. These are original complaints when you are implementing or upgrading technology. People complain on these small things in a very serious manner, and you're looking at their face that you know how to respond. And of course, you have to respond politely, because that's the pressure you are actually dealing with. That's the challenge you have undertaken as a change leader. That's what you need to build. अगर कोई short tempered बंदा ऐसी मीटिंग में बैठा हो जो कई दफा बैठा भी होता है, तो he'll just flash and burn everything. वो कहेगा नहीं जी ऐसे ही करना है, आपको प्रॉब्लम है आप ना करें. But you know you are violating the basic rule of change management that involve everyone. Don't think of his or her designation कि यार ये तो junior सा बंदा है, ये बात अगर कर भी रहा है तो नहीं, ऐसे नहीं. If you are a change leader, you have to take everyone on board. Then you are actually doing the real job. और शुरू में हर चीज मुश्किल होती है, बाद में आसान हो जाती है. वो एक बड़ा मशहूर शेर भी है कि मुश्किलें इतनी पड़ी कि आसान हो गई. तो you know that's how it goes. Once you are practicing that particular change, you will be in the habit of doing that. ये जो आपके ऑफिस के बाहर कर्फ्यू लगा रहता है हर वक्त, इससे आप लोग गुजर के आते हैं, ये शुरू में मुश्किल लगता होगा, शुरू में मुश्किल और अनोइंग लगता होगा when you are coming on car और वो के बार-बार रोकने को. But now you are used to it. ठीक है, आपने ऑफिस जाना है तो आपको इससे गुजरना पड़ेगा. So things do move like in the same pattern. मुझे तो किसी ने बताया ही नहीं जी. अच्छा वो चेंज हो गया है, नहीं जी मुझे तो पता ही नहीं चला. You have sent 1000 emails to any person. आपने इतने बड़े बड़े बिल बोर्ड लगाए हुए हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर, आपने स्टैंडीज लगाई हुई हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर. You are continuously communicating with all of your employees for any particular change. और आपको कहते हैं मुझे तो बताया ही नहीं जी, मुझे तो नहीं पता ऐसे होना. Sometimes it's true as well. कई दफा ऐसा हो जाता है कि कम्युनिकेशन जो है वो सिर्फ एक टियर तक रखा जाता है, सिर्फ ग्रुप हेड्स को बता दिया जाता है अबाउट एनी चेंज. जो लोअर स्टाफ है उसको बताने का किसी को ख्याल ही नहीं रहता. हु आर द एक्चुअल यूजर्स और क्लाइंट्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर चेंज. दैट इज अ मिस्टेक. जिस बंदे ने आपके उस सिस्टम को, उस प्रोसेस को, उस फंक्शन को यूज करना है, अगर मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर हूँ, and if there exists some project management office in the organization, then who is the primary user? Myself. Who should be facilitated? Myself. But I don't know if there is any project management office in the organization. Then I was not communicated the particular change or the upgrade in the system, so on and so forth. और कई दफा क्योंकि हम लोग को कंप्लेन करने में वैसे ही बड़ा मजा आता है, तो कई दफा कंप्लेनिंग बिहेवियर भी होता है विदाउट एनी रीजन. लेकिन आपको तो डील करना है, क्योंकि आपने जो मिशन इम्पॉसिबल उठाया है वो ये है कि यू हैव टू इंश्योर कि द चेंज इज सस्टेनेबल, एंड यू इन डूइंग दैट इन द प्रोसेस, टू whom exactly are you dealing with? To whom exactly are you dealing with? People. So people will do that, and that's the trickiest part. Now the next question is कि मैं अगर चेंज मैनेजमेंट की इक्वेशन से लोगों को निकाल दूं और मैं ये कहूं कि जी अटेंडेंस सिस्टम, मैं एक ईमेल फ्लोट करूं, आई एम द हेड ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, and I'll float one email, 2-liner. From tomorrow, every employee shall comply with the attendance system. Or, now the funniest part comes in. His or her salary will be deducted, 2%, 3%, 5% on every time he or she not complies. तो मैं penalize कर रहा हूँ एम्प्लॉइज को. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि कल से अगर आप लोगों ने ये ना किया तो 2% ऑफ योर सैलरी डेली बेसिस पे जिस टाइम आप स्वैप नहीं करेंगे डिडक्ट होगी. अब मुझे एक बात बिल्कुल न्यूट्रल होके बताएं, विद द रेज ऑफ योर हैंड. आई एम द head of the organization. I have floated this memo to all of the employees, all in TechLogics. How many of you would start doing that? Raise your hand and be honest, please. Oh, Okay. Again, I just want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. चलें, इनको तो छोड़ दें. आप लोग जिन्होंने हाथ खड़े नहीं किए, why would you not do that? Sir, you have a reason for not doing that. Why would you not do that? You are not from Techlogic? Okay. Why would you not do that? बिल्कुल सही कहा है, बड़ी ऑनेस्टली रीजन. सर आप कुछ रियलिटी चेक अगर हम लोग करें क्विकली, तो कॉर्पोरेट पाकिस्तान के अंदर जितना भी कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर है, इंक्लूडिंग आईटी एंड सर्विसेज एंड सो ऑन सो फॉर्थ, वहाँ पे the people sitting on top are reasonably educated, they have good exposure, so on so forth. So normally they don't do such things, they take people on board. लेकिन जो state based organizations हैं, और अभी भी हैं, we all know that, पाकिस्तान में भी हैं, बाहर भी हैं, वहाँ पे ये होता है. ये तो मैंने थोड़ी एक सॉफ्ट एग्जांपल दे दी ना आपको, इससे बहुत कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ होता है. अब उस केस के अंदर इन्होंने जिसका पॉइंट आउट किया, बिल्कुल वैलिड रीजन कि मैं करूँगा, क्योंकि मुझे ये पता है कि मैं नहीं करूंगा तो मेरी सैलरी डिडक्ट होगी, जो डायरेक्टली मुझे इफेक्ट करती है. लेकिन आई विल नॉट हैव द रिस्पेक्ट फॉर द लीडरशिप, और फिर मेरे अंदर वो इंथुजियाज्म ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के टुवर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आई विल हैव प्रॉब्ली नो लॉयल्टी. कहूँगा ठीक है यार, ये मेरी मजबूरी है, जब तक मुझे अगली जॉब नहीं मिलती मुझे ये करना पड़ेगा. सो यू द मैनेजमेंट और लीडरशिप लूजेज द रिस्पेक्ट एंड they do not qualify to be called as a leader. तो इस एस्पेक्ट से भी इसको लोग देखें. ये एक बड़ा मशहूर फ्रेज है, एंड आई बिलीव ऑन दैट कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस डोंट चेंज, इट्स द पीपल हु चेंज और डोंट. किसी भी चेंज के प्रोजेक्ट को आप उठा के देख लें, वो टेक्नोलॉजी का चेंज है, प्रोसेस का चेंज है, फंक्शन का चेंज है, और पर्सनल लाइफ में तो हमने बड़ा क्लियरली देख लिया कि इट्स अबाउट योरसेल्फ. ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर भी वी ऑल आर ह्यूमन, वी ऑल आर पीपल. हम चेंज नहीं होंगे तो कोई नया टूल जो है वो कुछ भी नहीं कर सके. वो एक और बड़ा फनी सा फ्रेज है कि अ फूल विद अ टूल इज स्टिल अ फूल. व्हाई ही इज अ फूल? बिकॉज ही इज नॉट बीन कन्विंस्ड. सो organizations don't change. The people, underlying people working for them need to change to make sure that the change is sustainable. नहीं जी, यहाँ पर हमारे पास एक छोटी सी 5 मिनट ड्रिल है, जिसके अंदर मैं थोड़ा सा फानिशन ही पीऊँगा, एंड आई विल आस्क यू टू डू दैट एक्सरसाइज. एंड आई विल अगेन रिक्वेस्ट कि जो लोग पीछे बैठे हुए हैं वो अगर आगे आ जाएं तो मेरे लिए थोड़ा सा आसानी हो जाएगी. इट्स अ हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट. और इसकी रीज़न ये है आपको आगे बुलाने की, ताकि वी कैन को रिलेट एज ए ग्रुप. second person. That's it. Sir.
I should first introduce myself. Sorry.
No problem.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's a very good topic. I'm Professor Dr. Aftab Malik, Dean GIK Topi. I'm in Ghulam Isam Khan Institute. And bringing a change, is always better for organizations, for the country. We are also in stagnancy, and all the citizens, they want change. And in United States of America, President Obama raised a slogan that there will be change. When you raise a slogan, then there should be change, either in management, either in handling men, material, money, machines, or finances. One aspect where we are lacking in project management particularly would be due to the motivation of the employees, or would be due to the adequate training and resetting their behavior in a positive direction when they are motivated. There are certain rules and procedures already set in modern techniques of the project management. There may be appreciations to the men, the employee. I want to be very brief in my comments. There are two things while we are at job. Job satisfaction and satisfaction of the person on the job. Sometimes we take raw people, untrained, unqualified for particular job. A person may be having master degree, may not be consistent with the job. Therefore, in-job training is necessary. Or otherwise, there could be his psycho problems. There could be problem, as yet the honorable speaker has very rightly discussed, relationship with the top man, relationship with the boss. There are several companies which decide every time whether the top man is to be changed or not to be changed, to bring a change in the organization. So in my opinion, apart from my other points, I wrote encouragements, appreciations to employees, and similarly in the country may also be regarded as a firm, as an entrepreneur. In the top management, middle management, and the operational unit, there are 3 tiers. Every tier should work up to the mark, according to the mission of the organization and the objectives and goals already set by a particular organization.
Thank you very much.
Please.
Thank you very much.
You can keep it for the
record. This brief comments is that 2 things. Number one, which he mentioned, is pointing the potential to the right direction. That's very important when you are leading a change. People get excited, but if you have not capitalized on that particular excitement, it will be wasted. What if I break this session for 45 minutes and ask you to come back after 45 minutes? The whole momentum which has been built for this workshop will be lost. So same thing happens when you are dealing with change. You have to capitalize the potential in the right direction. And the second thing which he mentioned, rightly mentioned, that and he took the concept of change management to when you are dealing with nations. Of course, the same principles do apply. Sir.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Naman Faridi and I'm from Technologics, Islamabad. I'm basically answering, I'm not aware of this. Change is important, especially when it comes at the last moment. Friday night को पता चला कि Saturday को आना है, क्या हाल होता है हमारा? पहले से अगर पता हो मंडे से, तो हम मंडे को ही रो ला के ख़त्म हो जाएंगे, ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे तक प्रिपेयर रहेंगे, फ्राइडे को थोड़ी सी मज़ीद तकलीफ होगी, लेकिन फ्राइडे को आ जाएंगे। पहले से प्रिपेयर किया है, लास्ट मिनट पे नहीं बताना चाहिए। दूसरी चीज़ है, ओ इट्स हार्ड, यस इट इज़। सब इंजीनियर्स हैं, सबके घरों में लाइट भी जाती होगी। VCR अब नहीं होता, लेकिन एक टिपिकल था कि VCR पे क्लॉक हमेशा 12 ही शो करती रहती है। बड़ा आसान है, लेकिन क्या है वो कौन सा बटन है जो 2 बटन दबाएंगे। बाज़ात ये आपके गाड़ी में जो वो है कैसेट प्लेयर या CD प्लेयर है, उसमें भी यही होता है, पीछे से टर्मिनल चेंज हुआ, बैटरी चेंज करे, वो ब्लिंक करता रहेगा या वो 12 शो कर रहा होगा। क्यों, वो कौन से 2 बटन हैं जो दबाने हैं, वो पता चल जाता है, सारी चीज़ें आसान हो जाएंगी। वाई इज़ इट हार्ड? बिकॉज आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स इन इट, हाउ टू डू इट। पता नहीं क्या होगा, स्वाइप करूँगा, अगर मैं 5 मिनट लेट आया स्वाइप करूँगा, फिर क्या होगा। आसिफ साहब की तरफ से अक्सर मेल आती है कि वो टाइमिंग्स पूरे नहीं हैं, क्योंकि यार वो कल का था, वो मैं अब कैसे डालूँ। उन्होंने कहा कुछ नहीं, ये स्प्रेडशीट है, इसको फिल करके भेज दें, बाकी काम हम करेंगे। वंस यू नो इट, इट बिकम्स ईजियर। आई विल कीप डूइंग इट। इसका मैं 2 एस्पेक्ट्स देखता हूँ कि आई कीप डूइंग इट बिकॉज ए, नोबडी इज गोना सी मी, 2 नोबडी कैन टच मी। और ये दोनों बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स हैं। अगर इन्होंने जिस तरह अली ने जिक्र किया, अगर सीनियर मोस्ट मैनेजमेंट कर रही होगी तो सब खुद कर रहे होंगे, वो सी वाला चक्कर ही ख़त्म हो जाएगा। लेकिन अगर मैनेजमेंट ही कहेगी कि मुझे कोई नहीं पकड़ सकता, तो फिर बाकी चीज़ें भी ख़त्म हो जाएंगी। एवरीबडी मस्ट डू इट, देयर शुडंट बी एनी एक्सेप्शन, एक्सेप्ट और एक्सेप्शन शुड बी एक्सेप्शन, यानी कि 50% एक्सेप्शन में आ गए। वाई टू चेंज एंड व्हाट्स इन इट फॉर मी, उसके कोई बेनिफिट्स होने चाहिए। कंपनी अगर कोई चीज़ इंट्रोड्यूस कराती है तो उसके भी कोई बेनिफिट्स होंगे, वो उन्होंने सोचे होंगे। दे नीड टू सेल इट आउट। मेहरान 6 लाख की बिक जाती है, गाड़ी नहीं है 6 लाख की, लेकिन चॉइस नहीं है और मार्केटिंग ऐसे की जाती है। और भी बहुत से, यूफोन इज हेयर, वेरी गुड एड्स, टॉक्ड अबाउट इट। आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ बिजनेसेस, probably lot, whatever that definition is coming from those, वो जो एक collection of groups from a group from NCA है, वो पता नहीं, हम तो ये सोचते हैं रात को बैठ के वो सोच रहे होते हैं यार अगला ऐड किस तरह का आएगा। That's interesting. Lot of people know about UFON because of that and they are attracted. तो benefits उसके सोचें और उसको प्रेजेंट करें। Why to change? कि कंपनी का बेनिफिट है, जब कंपनी को फ़ायदा होगा तो वो आपको वो जो पिछली दफ़ा से ज़्यादा थोड़ा सा बोनस मिले ना, वो इस वजह से मिला है कि हमने जो 5 लोग आसिफ साहब की टीम में रखे थे कि एंट्री करने के लिए डेटा, वो ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाता है, उनकी जॉबें नहीं गई, वो एक और जगह चले गए। और आखिर में व्हाट्स इन इट फॉर मी, जब कोई भी बेनिफिट आता है तो उसकी चेंज इंडिविजुअल में भी आती है। वी नीड टू रियलाइज दैट एंड शेयर दैट।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आसिफ, वन थिंग इज फॉर श्योर, यू आर नॉट लाइक just kidding. Any person who is working on process improvement, quality and stuff like that, because I've been there once I was in Abacus, so it happened. The point what I get out of all this discussion is that at the end of the day, you know, and probably whatever you have written in your papers, we are now trying to sense one common thing, and that is communication. If I, you know, sum it up to one word, that is communication. That you need to communicate on the right time and then keep the flow of the communication going until and unless that change has happened, and of course after that as well. So the communication is very important. Once you communicate that how to reset the watch of the car, how to do that, just tell me, I'll do that. You know, it will not be hard actually. So communication, to make aware of that particular change. Communicate that this particular thing will be changed from X, Y, Z. So the communication is an essence to change management, and communication to every level. It's not like that I'm the boss, I'll only talk to you. You know, you are an employee, I don't like talking. It should not be like that. Communication means from top to bottom. Take everyone on board who will be affected. How many of you are PMP certified? There is a concept of stakeholder in project management. How do you define a stakeholder? Remember this definition when you are dealing with change. Anybody who is getting directly or indirectly affected by that particular change. is a stakeholder for that particular change, and he or she needs to be communicated accordingly, right? So now we have come to a point where we all know what change means. What are the different behaviors people show when we put some change in front of them? And we have, discussed that how to deal and cope with that. From this point onwards to the end of this presentation, I'll walk you through a very simple framework of managing change. And honestly speaking, whatever you have written on papers, I haven't seen that, of course, not all of them. But once we'll be through with this simple framework, you will be able to relate that framework to whatever you have written. So let's see what that generic model is. And we have more people, that's very nice. Welcome, sir. Big question mark. There is a model called ADKAR. ADKAR. ADKAR, which talks about managing change in your personal life or in organizations, and it provides a very simple and basic framework for organizing your activities when you are managing or leading a change. And it's very simple to remember, ADKAR, ADKAR. And now we'll actually review the individual ingredients of those words, and I'll give you 3 examples of it. The first thing is A, which stands for awareness. We all talked about it, that you need to communicate that what exact the change would be. Make people aware of the upcoming change. We all travel through motorways, we all travel through highways. There are indications which are telling you that there is a sharp turn ahead. वो भी neglect कर देते हैं, लेकिन ये है कि it actually makes me aware that there is something coming on where I have to take a sharp left. Otherwise my car will be flying in the air for some time and then going down. So the same example applies to organizations as well. Make an indication of the change as well. Before time. Before time. The indications or the signals on the road come before time. They don't come once I immediately have to take a left. They are indications. 50 kilometers are remaining until you reach Islamabad. 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Okay, now you are in Islamabad. Awareness. So the same happens when you are actually introducing a change in an organization. Make people aware about that. Second thing is desire. Someone talked about what's in it for me. Mera personal benefit kya hai? That is the ingredient of desire for change. And I think we touched that point that motivation is an individual topic. So desire again is an individual topic. What do you want out of this change might be different from what he wants from the change or she wants from the change. So you need to actually tap on that area where he or she gets motivated, so on and so forth. Knowledge. Okay, I have the awareness, I have the desire. Do I have the required skills or knowledge? Am I being trained on the new timesheet management system? Am I being trained on the new project management processes before I can go for them? So I need the required knowledge as well. As in the car example, even if I know okay, that time of the clock can be changed and I want to change it because I want to see the time from the watch, if I don't know how to do that, even having knowledge and desire won't help. Ability. Make a guess. What is meant by ability? You are from UFO? What is meant by ability? Capacity of a person. User. What is ability? Capacity to do something. So rightly pointed out that we are dealing with humans can be different. For example, if I am assigned a task and I am a slow learner, probably I'll do it in 5 days because I work very slow. So But if someone else is assigned the same task who has the same level of awareness, same level of desire, same level of knowledge, but he is able, हम कहते हैं ना यार बड़ा able बंदा है. So it means that personal attributes does matter. Experience, education, interest in the subject, so on and so forth. So this is the ability to do that. I'm a guy from IT background. If I am being made a project manager for a construction project, do you think even if I have all of the required ingredients, am I able to deliver that construction project? Because I don't have that ability. The last but not least is reinforcement. The fact of the R is, if there is no reinforcement, if you are not checking that the change is now sustained and it's being implemented, people will skip it very quick. And they'll skip it even if they get a chance after 1 year. There's a misperception that, you know, अब तो साल हो गया, अब तो लोग करते होंगे. Go back and see. 2 साल के बाद भी if they'll get a chance, they'll skip it. So reinforcement mechanism is mandatory. I'm being indicated that I just have 10 minutes. Sorry, Meher, was that 10 minutes? Okay, I think you flashed 2 times, so I was thinking of 20 minutes. So I just have 10 minutes to wrap this up, and I'll be quick, of course. So just remember these questions: why to change? And when you are dealing with why to change, you need to communicate that. Communicate the change to the people as early as possible. Need for change, and then you need to tell that what is the risk of not changing. Now take an example from a personal life, that if you have a friend who is, you know, a chain smoker and you want him to get rid of that habit, कहेगा यार क्यों छोड़ूं, क्या हो रहा है? Until you tell him that what is the risk of not leaving the smoking habit, or what is the need to change at that point. Until you tell that, he will not change. So communicate the reason to change and the risk of not changing. In case of a function, for example, project management office, you need to tell project managers that from this point on, why do you need to use the standard processes and templates provided by the project management office, even if they are lengthy and complex and new. Because the project managers would say that they have developed their own templates and processes and all, which are easy to use than those provided by the project management office. So you need to give them a solid one-liner reason. Don't give them philosophies, long philosophies that this is the reason, this will cause process improvement. They are not interested. Give them one-liner. Why do you need to use the templates and processes of project management office? One-line answer. If you don't have that, find that. Otherwise, they'll not follow. Simple as that. Desire. What's in it for me? Personal benefits resulting from change, and then organizational benefits. The biggest mistake we see is, okay, you know, we have a CEO or any senior person coming up on the stage and launching a project and saying कि जी हमारी organization ने ये शुरू किया है ERP की implementation. इससे हमें बड़ा because we sell ERPs, so the first thing we get is that we get a marketing clue कि हम अपने clients को जाके बताएंगे कि we also use SAP. So you buy SAP, so you benefit from it. The employees sitting in front of him are not interested in this. Why? Because they don't see anything. But if a CEO comes in onto the stage and says, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to learn SAP by working in our company, everyone would clap. The same thing happened. You'll still be implementing ERP, but now I have a personal reason to participate. That, okay, if I'll learn SAP, then I'll get that Dubai job for which I'm planning from last 4 months after getting trained from this organization, so on and so forth. So you have a personal reason to associate with that change, and until that comes from the senior leadership, you'll be blank about it. You'll say they are doing it for themselves. It's nothing for me. reasons for which people should support the change, and why should I support the change again? If SAP will come, I'll be able to learn it, and it's an international system, Oracle or Microsoft or whatever, then I have something to add on my profile, CV. Knowledge. What skills are required? Okay, I have everything in hand, but what are the required training, skills and behaviors which are required to change effectively? What kind of ability is required to apply the skill? There is a difference between knowledge and performance. Can anyone explain very quickly, sir? Can you explain the difference between knowledge and performance? Okay. Yeah. So if I extend what you are saying that knowledge is something you know, and performance is when you, how effectively do you apply that particular knowledge. The same is the difference between knowledge and ability. Even if I know something, if I am not able to implement it, my performance will be poor, so on and so forth. So that's the difference between knowledge and ability. How to sustain the change? People know the consequence of not adhering to with change. Unfortunately, आपको लोगों को ये बताना पड़ता है कि अगर ये सारा कुछ करने के बाद, please do remember, क्योंकि normally we jump to this point first, कि how to reinforce the change without complying with the 3-4 points which we earlier discussed. इसको यार reinforce कैसे करें? अच्छा जी, वो audit team एक बनाते हैं हम, उसमें 2 बंदे रखते हैं, वो घुमा करेंगे कराची, इस्लामाबाद, US, जहाँ से इंडिया में प्रोजेक्ट हो, जाके प्रोजेक्ट पूछेंगे कि यार वो आप कंप्लाई कर रहे हैं, so on so forth. We are thinking about compliance first. It's wrong. If you have adhered to those 3-4 steps, then of course you need to ask for reinforcement. जब आपने invest किया है, तो आपको reinforce करना है, क्योंकि that is your responsibility. लेकिन उस reinforcement से पहले क्या steps हैं, वो सारी चीजें करनी जरूरी है. और फिर आपको लोगों को ये भी बताना पड़ता है कि अगर हमने ये सारा कुछ आपके लिए किया है और फिर भी अगर आप नहीं कर रहे, तो फिर एग्जिट डोर कहाँ पर? अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये बताना पड़ता है इन सम लाइटर मैनर और इन सम हार्ड टोन, कि जब सारा कुछ कर लिया, अवेयरनेस भी दे दी, डिजायर भी दे दी, नॉलेज भी दे दी, एबिलिटी भी दे दी, इतने सारे पैसे भी इन्वेस्ट कर दिए आपके ऊपर, और फिर भी आप ये कह रहे हैं कि नहीं जी ये तो नहीं होगा, मैं नहीं करूँ, because it's your ego which is stopping you from doing that, then you need to give a soft clue to the person के फिर ये, तो वो होना चाहिए, that should be there, reinforcement should be there. So ADKAR, awareness, desire, knowledge, ability and reinforcement, that's the model you can use anywhere. Can anyone tell me that how much time do I have now? Okay, I'll assume I have 5 minutes because it will take some time.